Tirtha Om Gati Gati Paragati Parasamgati Bodhisvatyata Om Gati Gati Paragati Parasamgati Bodhisvatyata Om Gati Gati Paragati Parasamgati Bodhisvatyata. Page 4. Sanje joda soge chonam na chanjo padu dane kyapso shi dage junso gebe sonange jola penju sange chupara isho sanje joda soge chonam na chanjo padu dane kyapso shi dage junso gebe sonange jola penju sange chupara isho sanje joda soge Chanjo Badu Dane Gyasuchi Dage Jinso Gebe Sonange Dola Pengir Sange Drupara Isho. I go for refuge until enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By my accumulations of practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By my accumulations of practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha. By my accumulations of practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. Okay, the Buddha Shakyamuni, after achieving enlightenment at the Bodhi tree, where most of you were already in Bodh Gaya at the Bodhi tree after achieving enlightenment. And the purpose for the Buddha Shakyamuni achieving enlightenment is to benefit the beings by giving teachings. And in the actual event of having had achieved enlightenment, that Buddha remained silent. Buddha remained silent for 49 days, not giving any teachings. Then the kings of the celestial beings, Indra, Brahma, they were just wondering. With the clairvoyance, they came to realize that the Prince Siddhartha, the young prince, he became enlightened under the Bodhi tree. And after having achieved enlightenment, he remained silent, he's not giving teachings, so two of them were a little worried. So they descended from the earth, and then they paid respect, paid obeisance to the Buddha Shakyamuni, their prostrations to the Buddha Shakyamuni, and then they requested to please turn the wheel of Dharma. Then the Buddha said this stanza, in Tibetan it is, Sabshi Drudu Sudumachi, Duzidabichu Shukruyan, Sula Sheka Huang, Managa Nasu Nevercha. Sabshi Drudu Sudumachi. This reality that I've discovered is so profound, is peaceful, is devoid of elaboration, is clear-light, non-composite. Such nectar-like teachings were discovered, finding no one who can fathom the depth of this teaching. I rather every time to the woods in silence. This is what the Buddha said. And then the two kings of the celestial beings, gods and goddesses, Indra and Brahma, they made more prostrations and requested, please don't remain silent, please turn the wheel of Dharma. They made more requests. Then finally the Buddha accepted to turn the wheel of Dharma. So there, when the Buddha said that the reality that I've discovered is so profound, peaceful, elaboration-free, clear-light, non-composite. So the Buddha described this reality, emptiness, The concept of emptiness is so profound. And yet, if we realize this emptiness, then it's so peaceful. All the mental turbulence that we have been experiencing, all the turbulence that we've been experiencing in the dream, the pull and push happening in the dream, and then even though there's no pull and push happening, you just continue to dream. As long as you're in the dream, you are creating something there, your mind is creating, and then you are unaware that you have created this, and then you're constantly being somehow either pull or push or constantly busy creating the dream like this. So then we see that your mind is never at rest. And worst, there's a constant pull and push. Pull and push is the involuntary pull and push is the loss of freedom. Loss of freedom is misery. Misery is samsara. So this is what this is how what our mind has been engaged in. This is how our self-grasping ignorance has been engaged in to make us not to have freedom, make us not to have peace of mind. So this is how we are suffering in samsara. So the Buddha said that if you realize this, if you discover this reality, then the amount of the peace that you get is so enormous. It says profound, peaceful. Elaboration free. This is very important. Elaboration free. Okay, it should be. Okay, it's on page 6, page 4 in French, English page 6, English page 6, French page 4, the paragraph 4, profound, peaceful, elaboration-free, clear-light and non-composite. Such is the nectar like Dharma I've discovered. I find no one who can fathom this teaching in silence or eternal words. So here it says, elaboration-free, already profound, peaceful. I explained this. Elaboration-free. Elaboration-free means, let's say, elaboration. What do you understand by elaboration? Anyone? What do you mean by elaboration? Anyone? Yes, yes.
Conceptualization.
Conceptualization. Composition. Okay, let's say the elaboration, don't think that you're philosophers, right? Just speak how you understand elaboration in French and in English, natural philosophy, natural French. Tell me, what do you understand by elaboration? Virginia?
Construit par étape par étape.
Step by step, constructed.
Elaboration. Anyone else?
Élaboration.
On se fait des films.
Inner movies.
Inner movies. Okay. Okay. Let's say, how does it, if you are a linguist or if you are a language person, not a philosopher or not a psychologist, if you're just a language person, how do you understand what an elaboration is? Oceana? Creation? Maria?
Ça veut dire on n'arrête pas de travailler sur le sujet, lui trouver des choses et tout ça. Donc sur le sujet, on travaille dessus, on lui trouve des choses.
Upon a subject, we work all around this subject. We find some qualifications like this on the subject.
Okay, anyone else? Yes. Production.
Une succession de pensées qui construisent une succession de pensées.
A train of thoughts.
A train of thoughts, elaboration. Anyone else? Okay. Say, the food is very elaborate. Food is very elaborate. The party is very elaborate. Is this permissible to use this in this structure? Right? even without philosophy, no psychology, no movie creation, right? Food is very elaborate. The house is very elaborate. Is it? What do you mean the house is very elaborate? Anyone? Huh? Very sophisticated, very complicated. What do you mean by complex? What do you mean by complex?
A lot of details.
Lot of details. Okay, we got it finally. Okay, elaborations meaning a lot of details, right? Food, so many details. House, so many details, right? Okay, now this is a basic understanding. Then you can apply this to the internal movie, mental movies, or somewhere else. Internal conceptualizations. You make a lot of detailed conceptualizations. So this is basic understanding. You're getting it? Okay. In the dream, right? We make a lot of details. Do you see a lot of details in the dream? By the way, how many of you dreamt last night? Okay, in a dream, did you see lots of details? Or it's just a plain white dream? Lot of details. So a lot of details, they are created by what? Your own mind. All these details in the dream, they were created by your mind. All these elaborations, they are created by your mind. Likewise, what you are seeing now, okay, look at the people around you. The clothes, different clothes they worn. And the hairs, right? And then the walls here, the ceiling, the outside field. You look at the details, enormity of the details. All these details were the creation of your own mind. These are the elaborations. So that when you go into the ultimate reality, when you wake up, all these details of the dream stop. Do you agree with me? When you wake up, all the details, elaborations of the dreams stop. Do you agree with me? Likewise, all the dreams that we're creating now, what is known as unconventional dreams, they will all stop. They're all just created by the mind. When your mind goes into ultimate reality, the mind will stop creating all the details, all the elaborations. So all the elaborations are like just the dream created by your own mind. They will stop, and then involuntary pull and push stops. That is the final rest of the mind. Okay, so this is known as the elaboration free. This is so precious teaching, and oftentimes it is quite scary. It's quite scary to think about this reality, and yet, if you really understand it, it will remove all the scary feelings. Initially, itself seems to be very scary, because we are so addicted to self-grasping ignorance, which says that everything exists objectively. Now with this wisdom of emptiness, it allows us to discover that nothing really exists objectively. Everything exists by the projection of your mind. Right? Okay. So with this, Aryadeva, the direct disciple of Arjuna, he said that those with less merit will not even have a doubt in this teaching of emptiness. Should a doubt ever arise, will shatter your samsara into pieces. Okay, it is in this handout. Okay, French, which page number?
C'est sur le second page.
Okay. English 203. French?
In French, the second one.
On the page.
Okay, friends, did you find it?
On the handover.
It says that those with less merit will not even have many queries. Just read it. Read it, you'll find it. Did you find it? The French. In English, 203? 204? In English, 204? Okay, 203, 204, 202, right, in English. Okay, just the stanza is, those with less merit will not even have an inquiry in this dharma of ultimate reality. Should an inquiry ever arise in someone, it will shatter samsara into pieces. This is very precious. Okay, so what is real dharma? Right? Real dharma is the understanding of emptiness, the bodhicitta, and so forth. So therefore, we really have to know what the real dharma is. Without knowing this, and then we go into all forms of rituals and so forth, right? Without knowing this, and then we are just into another kind of, let's say, the trauma. So we have to really know what the real dharma is. So it says here that those with less merit will not even have an inquiry or a doubt in this dharma of the ultimate reality. Say somebody talks about emptiness, and then, oh, what is this emptiness? It doesn't make any sense. If this is our attitude, which means that is the indication that a person is less meritorious. Less meritorious people will not find any interest in this teaching. Whereas, if somebody talks about emptiness or everything's like a dream, and suddenly you go, wow, this is amazing. What does it mean by emptiness? You just take such interest there, and then how things are empty, how things are, say, like dream. You inquire like this. Should an inquiry ever arise in someone, it will shatter samsara in pieces. So all samsara is grounded on this self-grasping ignorance. When you start questioning this self-grasping ignorance, when you start questioning how things don't exist objectively, when you start questioning this perception, then the foundation of samsara is shattered. That is shattered. So this is the hope for the coming to an end of your samsara. This is so precious. Okay. But this now, we need to know what exactly is emptiness. What exactly is emptiness? If everything is, the third seal of the Buddha's teaching said that everything is of the nature of emptiness, selflessness. What does it mean by emptiness? This question. So for this, we need to, first of all, we need to know the several opposites. Several opposites, for example, like, say, the objective existence as opposed to subjective. Likewise, independent as opposed to dependent. Likewise, say the true existence as opposed to deceptive existence, right? Then finally, say the ultimate existence as opposed to conventional existence. Very good. Okay, these four we have to learn. Let's say objective as opposed to subjective. When you say that things are subjective, you are saying that things are empty of objective existence, right? And then say the dependent existence as opposed to independent existence. Then the deceptive existence as opposed to true existence. And then say conventional existence as opposed to ultimate existence. Okay, these are the opposites that we need to learn. Okay. So meanwhile, before we actually go into what exactly is emptiness, I'll say yesterday we were doing the entities and isolates. Entities and isolates. Okay. So what we've learned yesterday, to do a quick review of what we did. To do a quick review of what we did yesterday, entities and isolates. Let's say that, for example, say this book and the color of this book, these two are entity-wise one or different. One entity. After learning the whole one day, still you are saying these two one entity?
Yes.
This book and the color of the book? Huh? Or to spend a whole day yesterday? And still you are saying just in one entity? These are one entity or different entities? Huh? What happened? Okay, I'm very happy that you don't trust my face. Very good. Okay, so these two are one entities. Isolate-wise, these two are one or different? Different isolates. Okay, I want somebody to tell me how these two are isolate-wise different. I want somebody to tell me how these two are isolate-wise different. Once, because that the concepts must be very clear. Not just that you're able to say it correctly, but you must be knowing how these two are isolate-wise different. Anyone, very quickly, the book and the color of the book, how these two are isolate-wise different. Anyone? Anyone else? Anyone? Anyone? I don't see these two. Yes.
Because the color of the book is a part of the book.
Very good. The book is the book is the whole. The book is the whole, and the color of the book is the part. Part and whole, these two are always, and it isolate-wise different. Good. And is there anyone else who likes to give me a very precise meaning? Yes, Nicola.
So from the point of view of the object, I can point at the same thing for both the color and the book, so entity-wise it's the same. But in my mind, I can segregate the color and the book, so isolate-wise they are different.
Okay, so isolate means you go to the object. Isolate. Entity-wise means go to the subject. Entity-wise means we go to the subject. Isolate-wise we go to the object. No? Okay, so Catherine is not happy. He said that we isolate, we have to go to the subject. Okay, isolate, we go to the subject. Entities, we go to the object. Okay, in your subject meaning in your thought, in your mind, particularly in your thought, these two appear as different, the book and the color of the book. Tell me, how these two appears different to the subject? How these two appears different? The Anasophy said that these two, one is part, one is whole. Part and whole, the relationship is always isolate-wise different. But isolate-wise different means, in a thought, as Nico said, these two should appear as different. How do these two things appear as different? Anyone? 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 Yes.
The color of the book is the opposite of what is not the color of the book, and the book is the opposite of not being one with the book. So there are two different isolates because their definitions are different, their meaning is different, and they are the opposite of what is not themselves. So that's why there is an isolate.
But the opposite of not the book, opposite of not the color. So these two are different.
Yes.
How these two are different?
They are different because only the color of the book is the opposite of not being one with the color of the book, and only the book is.
How can you say this?
Because if we exclude everything that is
No, it makes more complicated, right? Okay, tell me, anyone? So this is where, of course, we have to say something, but it should be something which everybody should understand it. It should be something which everybody should understand it, and sometimes philosophers make unnecessarily complicated. While things are easy, they unnecessarily make it very complicated.
Parce que la couleur rouge du livre, on peut la trouver partout, tout comme on aurait fait ce livre avec une couleur bleue. Donc ce n'est pas... ils sont vraiment deux... comment on appelle ça? Deux isolés différents. On peut trouver la couleur rouge là sur une fleur, on peut la trouver ailleurs, pas forcément dans le livre.
Because the red color can be found everywhere else, and we make this book with this color, but this book is specific, and this color red is more general than this color. C'est ça? Parce que la couleur rouge elle se trouve partout alors que ce livre il est spécifique.
Non, parce que la personne a voulu mettre la couleur rouge sur le livre, mais cette couleur rouge, on peut la trouver un peu partout.
Because the one who made this book used the color red, but the color red can be found everywhere.
Okay, so okay, they can be different answers. The point is that when we say these two are different isolates, the book and the color of the book, when I say these two are different isolates, you must get an answer, and that answer must be very convincing. So I can see that what the Christoph said. For Christoph, this is very convincing. And I'm confident of that. Likewise, I can see that what Maria said, that this is very convincing to her. Right? The point is you must get an answer, reasoning, which is very convincing to you. You're getting it? This is very important. Okay, so meanwhile, I'll say the point is that everybody, what I'm saying is everybody can understand this. Everybody can understand this. Yet, some explanations can be very complicated, which everybody may not understand it at a certain stage, at a certain point. But this concept is something which everybody can understand it. So therefore, even those, right, who are not so exposed, who do not spend much time, it's not because you are less intelligent, because you have not spent much time in these concepts, you may find it difficult when somebody else explains it. The point is that even if you are a beginner, you can still understand it very easily. It's not a complicated concept. You're getting it? So why I'm spending a little time here is to really make sure that you're getting it and that your mind is active. But your mind should be active. So how to make it active? If I ask a question, then you will start thinking. If I don't ask a question, you will not start thinking. It's just receiving and very passive. So therefore, mind should be very active. Okay. For that matter, the point is, they say the color of the book, the color is the characteristic. The book is the basis of the characteristic or the characterized. Right? Characteristic and the characterized, these two are different in your mind. Yes, no? Do you see these two things as different? One is the characteristics, one is the characterized. Right? Okay, just tell me, which is more important in your mind? Which is more important, characteristic or the characterized? Characterized is more important than the characteristics. You're getting it? So therefore, one is more important, one is less important. So Dorji and Dorji's body. For you, which is more important, Dorji or the Dorji's body? Dorji is more important. You're getting it? Dorji is the one which has the Dorji's body, Dorji's mind, everything is there. So in your mind, there's a difference. One is more important, one is less important. You're getting it? One is one is the primary, other one is the secondary. One is the characterized, one is the characteristic. Any difference that you see in your mind, that is known as the isolated-wise different. You're getting it? Okay, good. Now, okay, so the entity-wise, one different, isolate-wise, one different. Okay, just give me one example of what is entity-wise one, entity-wise different, and isolated-wise different. Give me an example, very quick. Entity-wise different, isolated-wise different. Anyone? Anyone, very quick. Entity-wise different, isolated difference. Yeah, Ola? Very good. No, you raise your hands. This is very good. No, raise it. Everybody should see this. The pen and the hair, what do you have? Hairband, let's say. The pen and the hairband. These two are entity-wise different. Why? How these two are entity-wise different? Because when you go towards the object, you see two different objects. How these two are isolated-wise different? When you go towards the subject, we see that these two, one is the hairband to tie your hand, and one is the pen to write, nothing to do with the hair, right? So these two are different in your mind. Good. Can you give an example of what is entity-wise one, isolated-wise one? Quick. What is entity was one, isolated was one.
I and body. I and my body.
Okay. I, the self. Odi. Odi, right? Od. Od and Od's body. So these two are. And the entity was one? Yes, entity was one.
Yeah.
Isolated was one. Od. Od is the characterized. Od's body. Od is the whole, and Od's body is the part. Whole and part always isolated was different, right? Whole and parts. Okay. So my question is, can we think of something which is entity wise one, isolated wise also one, not different?
La couleur.
Yes.
Une couleur. One color.
A color. A color.
Okay.
A color.
Oh.
Pardon,
Color.
pardon.
Color.
One color.
One color. You should tell me one color. Don't speak to me in French. I said, okay, a color. A color. Okay. So my English is terrible. Okay, a color. One color. Very good. One color is entity was one, isolated was one. Okay, say statue, Buddha statue, and the Sankyaku. These two are what? Entity was one or different? Buddha, the Buddha statue and Sankyaku. These two entities was one or different?
One.
Huh? Sankyaku means the picture frame.
Oh.
Huh? Statue and the picture frame. These two are one entity was. Wow.
It means Buddha statue.
No, you did not. You just guessed, right? Sankyaku, maybe he's meaning the Buddha statue. You guessed. You did not ask me,
Sangha is Buddha.
right? You did not ask me, right? Okay, tell me, what's the difference between the Buddha statue and the Sankyaku? Huh? First you have to ask me, right? What is Sankyaku? You have to ask me first. You did not ask me. You guessed. You just guessed. Although the guess is correct, but you have to ask me first to make sure that you don't leave any stone unturned, right? Sankyaku means Buddha statue in Tibetan, right? Okay, tell me, what's the difference between the Sankyaku and the Buddha statue? Entity-wise? One. Isolated-wise? Huh? Isolated-wise one. Sankyaku and Buddha statue. Isolated-wise one or different?
One.
In your mind, these two appear as different? Sankyaku, Buddha statue, these two appear as different in your mind?
No.
No, it's the same. Right? Same. Right? Okay. Maybe some people, when they think of Sankyaku, they think of the finished Sankyaku. Finished Buddha. Right? Okay.
Can I ask?
Okay.
Is it different when I think of it as Sankyaku, it includes the name Sankyaku, and then when I think of it as Buddha statue, it includes the name Buddha statue, so therefore the isolate Sankyaku.
Which means you are when you're thinking of the pizza, you're thinking of the name or the actual pizza?
Yes, but when I think of the actual pizza, I include the name in the thinking, don't I?
Okay. This is a good question. So the pizza and the name pizza together, and the pizza, these two are entity-wise, these isolate-wise different or one. Pizza on the one hand, and pizza and name of the pizza, these two together, these two are entity-wise, isolate-wise one is different. Huh? Isolate-wise different means you can think of a pizza without the name, right?
Yes.
And you said then pizza, the name comes. You said it.
Because I can do both.
No. What I'm saying is pizza. I did not say pizza Sankyaku with the name. I didn't say this. I said Sankyaku. You getting it? So you can think of Sankyaku without the Sankyaku name, right? So that is Sankyaku. That is not the Sankyaku name. Sankyaku name is not Sankyaku. You getting it? Okay, good, very good. Now we have already got what? Entity was one, isolated was one. Entity was different, isolated was different. Now, okay, now the third one. Entity was one, isolated was different. Very good. Anyone? Quick. Entity was one, isolated was different. Quick. Anyone? Virginia, you like to say something?
The pen and the color of the pen.
Pen and the color of the pen. Very good. Pen, the color of pen. I said it, right? No, he said something different.
The bottom of the
Shape of the bottle. Beautiful. Okay. Virginia is very obedient student, right? Whatever he said, I should say same thing, right? He can easily say, she can easily say something different. Maybe just pick up the bottle and say the bottle and the shape of the bottle. These two are what? These two are? Entity was one, answer was different. Mary.
Un arbre avec ses racines, les branches, les feuilles, c'est une entité avec beaucoup d'isolés. Oui, c'est ça.
A tree with its roots and branches and
And
leaves
roots.
Is one entity and many different kinds of isolates.
No. So you have to bring two things. What are the two things?
Ah oui.
The tree
L'arbre.
and the root of the tree. This is what I'm saying.
Les racines de l'arbre.
Very good. Tree and the root of the tree. Entity was one or different? Huh? The tree and the root of the tree. Entity was? Entity was different.
No.
Okay, entity was one.
Voilà.
Isolated was one or different? Huh? Isolated one different. Very good, different. Okay, now we have already got the three. Entity was one, isolated was one. Entity was different, isolated was different. Entity was one, isolated was different. We all got three. Now I'm looking for isolated was one, entity was different. Very quick, we don't have time. I'm not seeing Nicola. Okay, entity was isolated was one, entity was different. Quick, I want something. I don't see Oceana also.
No.
I want something which is isolated was one, entity was different. Very quick. No?
No.
Oh, in France you don't find it. Huh? Entity isolated was one, entity was different. Very quick.
Le livre et puis la table qui ont la même couleur.
The book and the table which have the same color.
Okay, the book, the brown book and the brown table. Okay, one example. Oud.
le bleu du ciel et le bleu de son pantalon.
The blue color of the sky and the blue color of the pant.
Okay, the blue color of the pen and blue color of the sky. This is one. Another one is the red, the brown book and the brown table. Anyone else? I want more examples. Yeah, Martin?
Sangye statue and the Tara statue.
Sangye statue
Sangye statue
and
and Tara statue. Okay. Sangye statue and Tara statue. Okay. Yes.
The water in the glass and the water in the bottle.
Water in the glass. Water in the glass.
In the glass.
Water in the glass and water in the bottle. Very good. We've got 4 now. Anyone else? Anyone else? Because if we get more, this would be a great contribution from France. Anyone else? Okay. So the Buddha Shakyamuni, he thought about this example. He never found any example. Buddha Shakyamuni never found any example of this. And for France, we have 4 examples. Right? So in other words, keep in mind that if two things are isolated wise, the isolated was one, entity was always one. Don't forget it. If two things are isolated was one, entity was always one. If isolated was one, entity was always one. Don't forget it. So therefore, we can only think of three possibilities. Isolated was one, entity was one. Entity was one, isolated was different. entity-wise different, isolated-wise different. Only these three things we can think of. The fourth one, isolated-wise different, no. Isolated-wise one, entity-wise different, it does not exist. Right? So this is what we have to know. Okay, good, very good. Now with this, the next thing we have to learn is we have to learn the positive and the negative phenomena. Okay, to understand emptiness, entities, isolated, this is so important. Right? And as long as you have understood the entities and isolates the way we explained here yesterday and today, right? Don't forget it. This is very precious because you go to many other places, you will learn very complicated things. And in many cases, you will not really understand it, what they are saying. Right? So therefore, what we have learned yesterday and today, this is perfectly all right, very easy to understand it, and you apply this to emptiness, it is extremely clear. You're getting it? All complications not necessary. But there are other people, some people who can understand those complicated things. There's nothing wrong in this. Additional information, that's fine. But what we have learned yesterday and today, anybody can understand it. It's very easy. Okay, with this we're going to learn now the negative and positive phenomena. Okay, for that matter, let's say that, okay, what is in my hand? Flower, right? Okay, what is my left hand? Okay, sorry. Only the Danish people, they see in the left hand there's a flower. The French people, they say that in the left hand nothing's there. Well, which is my left hand? French people, they say nothing is there. This is left hand, right? Okay. So just think, don't take for granted. Especially the French people, they're taking for granted. Right? So, Holland is Danish, right? Not Danish.
Dutch.
Dutch.
No, sorry. Holland.
Holland, right? You call it Dutch, right? Dutch. Okay. For Dutch, left is left. For the French, left is not left. Okay. Say, what is in my right hand?
Nothing.
Nothing is there, right? Okay. What is the same? What is in my right hand? Nothing is there. In my right hand, there's a flower? No. Absence of flowers there? Flowers not there. Absence of flowers there? Good. In my left hand, there's a flower. In my right hand, there is the absence of flower. You agree with me? Yes. Good. Very good. Okay. So, one distinction. How do you know that there's a flower in my left hand? How do you know that there's a flower in my left hand? Because I can see it. Because I can see that. How do you know that there is the absence of flower in my right hand? Huh? I can see it. Right? You can see absence of flower there. What's the shape of the absence of flower? Right? There's nothing to be seen. You're getting it? There's nothing to be seen. So there's a difference. Although the absence of flower is a reality, but how you understand the absence of flower is by explicitly negating the presence of the flower. Right? Flower, if the flower is there, it should go by like this shape, but it's not there, so therefore there's absence of flower. Okay, so absence of flower is a negative phenomenon. This flower is a positive phenomenon because this flower, how do you know this flower? You know this flower directly as though the flower is from the substance. It's telling you that I am here, right? The flower is as though like telling you that I am here. With the absence of flower, there's nothing there to tell you that I am the absence of flower. So absence of flower, how do you know the object? Object, when it comes to you directly, that object is known as positive phenomena. Okay, what is positive? Okay, first we'll define the negative phenomena. Because the negative phenomena is something which you understand through explicitly, this word, through explicitly negating the object of negation. Okay, negative phenomena. Negative phenomena is a phenomena which a mind knows, which a mind cognizes through explicitly negating the object of negation. Let me see this again. Negative phenomena is a phenomena which a mind cognizes. Cognize means knows. Cognizes through explicitly negating the object of negation. A negative phenomenon is a phenomena which a mind cognizes through explicitly negating the object of negation. Through explicitly. Explicitly meaning there is no, I said that absence of flower. Absence of flower means there is no flower. You're getting it? No. When you say explicitly, you say no. This is what's meant by explicitly negating the object of negation. What is negated? The flower is negated. Okay. Whereas the positive phenomena is a phenomena which a mind cognizes through not explicitly negating the object of negation. A mind, the phenomena which a mind cognizes through not explicitly negating the object of negation. Okay, this we have to know very clearly. Okay, now I will ask you some questions. You have to tell me whether it is a positive phenomena, negative phenomena. Okay, Kalachakra Center, positive phenomena, negative phenomena. Positive phenomena, very good. Very good. Okay, say I, positive phenomena, negative phenomena. Positive phenomena, right? Okay, the Sankeku, positive phenomena, negative phenomena. Positive phenomena. Okay, the Stupa, positive phenomena, negative phenomena. So in France there's no negative phenomena. Okay, absence of flower, positive phenomena, negative phenomena. Absence of tiger, positive phenomena, negative phenomena. Absence of objective existence, positive phenomena, negative phenomena. Very good. Absence of objective existence means emptiness. Emptiness of objective existence. Negative phenomena, positive phenomena. Okay, so emptiness is always a negative phenomena. Don't forget it. Emptiness is never a positive phenomena. If you don't know this, then many people in the past, even some of the great scholars, practitioners, they just meditate on a positive phenomena and they think that they are meditating on emptiness. You're getting it? So therefore, if you don't understand what the distinction between positive phenomena and negative phenomena, then there's a danger that you think you're meditating, you're spending years and years on meditation, thinking that you meditate emptiness. In actuality, you are not meditating emptiness. Okay. So now we've learned. Okay. Let's say impermanent, permanent phenomena, positive, negative. Permanent phenomena, negative. Positive. Negative. Permanent phenomena, positive, negative. Can be both. Cannot be both. Can have both. I cannot be two hands. I have two hands. Right? I have two hands. I am not two hands. Right? So therefore, say the permanent cannot be both, can have both. Right? I can have two hands, I'm not two hands. Okay. Permanent, positive or negative phenomena. Permanent phenomena. Okay. Okay. Others, tell me. Nico is saying that Nico is saying that is by negative phenomena. Others, don't trust him. Others, tell me. Permanent phenomena. Positive, negative. Positive is negative. Permanent. No, I'm not talking impermanent. I'm saying permanent. I'm not saying impermanent. I'm saying permanent. It's positive phenomena. Positive. Permanent is positive. Okay. Virginia?
Permanent, it's like true cessation, it's a negative phenomenon?
No. So let's say the phenomena is positive or negative phenomena? Within positive, within phenomena, they are positive, negative both. Right? Cessation is phenomena also. Cessation is negative, but the phenomenon is positive. Right? Don't worry, Virginia. Right? So this is how we grow. We grow in our intellectual thinking. Right? Okay, so therefore, phenomena, what Virginia is thinking was that permanent should be negative because cessation is negative and cessation is permanent. This is what you're thinking, right? So likewise, I apply the same reason. Phenomena. Phenomena, is it negative? Because cessation is negative and cessation is phenomena. Right? Okay. So now things are not too clear. Okay. Okay, now raise your hands. Permanent phenomena. Raise your hands those who say a positive phenomena, including me. Raise your hands, not half, full. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 7. Those who said the negative phenomena, raise hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, justify that it is negative. Anyone? How can you say that it's negative? Nico, yes?
It is negating the undergoing change. It doesn't undergo change moment by moment.
Okay, the undergoing change is negated.
Yes.
Okay, then the impermanence should be positive.
Yes.
Impermanence should be negative.
Yes.
Impermanence is negative.
Permanent is negative.
Impermanence is negative.
Positive.
According to you, impermanence should be negative because impermanence negates the not undergoing change. Yes, it negates.
Impermanent is positive.
No, what I'm saying. From you, it should be negative because impermanence means it should negate the not undergoing change. Right?
But it doesn't explicitly negate it.
Huh?
You said the definition of
Explicit.
This
So-
is
so-
not explicit.
Okay, the permanent, how does it explicitly negate undergoing change? How explicit?
Permanent or
Permanent.
Because the definition is the definition of
Very good. So the permanent, we have to go to the definition. We have to go to definition. With the definition, permanent is something, a phenomenon which does not undergo change. Which does not. Getting it? Which does not undergo change. Okay, very good. So why I'm asking all these questions is to make our mind more active so that we go to the next phase, which is, okay, now tell me, as long as you understand this much, I'm very happy. For the emptiness concept I'm very happy. Okay, let's say I don't drink coffee. Hey, positive phenomenon, negative phenomenon, French. I don't drink coffee, positive, negative. Huh? I, positive, negative. Negative. I, positive, right? I don't drink coffee, positive, negative. Huh? I don't drink coffee, Mary. I don't drink coffee, positive, negative. Positive.
C'est positif dans le sens que le phénomène est présent et irréfutable dans le sens que vous savez très bien que vous ne prenez pas le café, donc c'est positif.
Because you have a valid cognition that you don't drink coffee, it is positive.
I don't drink coffee. I explicitly negate drinking coffee, right?
Je nie explicitement que je bois du café.
When I explicitly negate drinking coffee, it should be negative. This is what we learned. You're getting it? This is negative phenomena. Okay, I don't drink coffee, right? Say you said, okay, Gueshe, I'll serve you food, right? I'll serve you food. And then the morning you bring coffee to me. Hey, listen, you drink coffee with me. This is how you should be attended, right? And you drink coffee to me, you bring coffee to me. Then I say, who said that I drink coffee? I don't drink coffee. Then what will you do? What do you do? Then next time you bring tea. Then I say, who told you that I drink tea? Right? Which means that you are not a good attendant. If you're a good attendant, what will you do? Ask. Right? Don't take for granted. I don't drink coffee doesn't mean that I drink coffee, I drink tea. And you have to ask. So if you bring tea, which means you don't understand the word. Okay. Negative phenomena, there are two kinds. Negative phenomena, there are two kinds. Affirming negative, non-affirming negative. Negative, there are two kinds. Affirming negative, non-affirming negative. Two, right? This is so important. It's so important. Without understanding this, right? Without understanding this, we are far, far away from understanding emptiness. This is so precious. It is for this reason that Lama Tsongkhapa explains the positive phenomena, negative phenomena, affirming negative, non-affirming negative, so many times. Everywhere he explains emptiness, particularly with the very important commentaries on Aranagarjuna's text, Acharya Chandraviti's text. He always makes a point to explain these two things, positive, negative phenomena. Okay. Non-affirming negative. Non-affirming negative is a negative phenomena. Which does not affirm any positive phenomena. Okay, to make it very simple, a negative phenomena, a non-affirming negative phenomena is a negative phenomena which does not affirm any positive phenomena. Non-affirming negative phenomena is a negative phenomena which does not affirm any positive phenomena. Okay, affirming negative is a negative phenomena which affirms another positive phenomena. Okay, now if you know the same, say when I say that I don't drink coffee, right? Then you bring juice or you bring tea for me, right? Luckily, I'm a real gentle person, right? Otherwise, some people may say that, who told you that I drink coffee? I drink the juice. I drink tea, right? That person may become very angry, right? Who told you that? Because you said that you do not drink coffee. If somebody doesn't drink coffee, is it necessary that person should drink tea or juice? Not necessary. So what should you do? You should ask. If you don't ask, you are not a good attendant. Right? You don't know negative phenomena. You don't know affirming negative, you don't know non-affirming negative. Okay. To be a good attendant, you should know these two phenomena. Non-affirming and affirming negative. You getting it? Okay. Now let's say, I don't drink coffee. This is the negative phenomena, positive phenomena. Negative phenomena. Affirming negative, non-affirming negative. Non-affirming negative. Very good. You can be a good attendant. Right? Non-affirming negative. Very good. Okay. Let's say this hall does not have a tiger. Positive phenomena, negative phenomena. Negative phenomena. This hall does not have a tiger. Affirming negative, non-affirming negative. Non-affirming negative. This hall does not have a tiger. Is affirming negative, non-affirming negative? Non-affirming negative. Affirming negative.
Non-affirming.
Oh, this hall does not have a tiger. Is it affirming negative?
Cette salle est dénuée de tigre. C'est une salle sans tigre.
This is non-affirming negative. Wow, I'm so happy you are very strong. Okay, this is non-affirming negative. Very good. This hall is empty of objective. This hall is empty of independent existence. Affirming, no. Is the negative phenomenon, positive phenomenon? This hall is empty of independent existence. Negative phenomena, positive phenomena?
Negative.
Negative phenomena. Affirming negative, non-affirming negative.
Affirming.
This hall is empty of independent existence.
Affirming.
Huh? Affirming. Okay, how many of you said this hall is empty of independent existence? Who say affirming negative? Raise hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Those who said this is not affirming negative, myself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7. What about others who did not raise hands? Huh? Half. Okay. In fact, do you see that there's a split happening? Many people say it's non-affirming. Many people say it's affirming. Okay, those who raise your hands to say that this is affirming negative, tell me why do you think that is affirming negative? Okay, Maria?
Because if it's not independent, if it is not independent, then it must be dependent. So it being independent affirms
Dependence.
Yes.
Dependence. Okay. When you say empty of independent existence, it affirms, it rejects, it explicitly negates what? Independent existence, and it affirms dependent existence. Okay. Okay, those of you, including myself, those who raise their hands saying that it is non-affirming negative, raise your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1 disappeared. Okay. Okay. Right. So when Maria gave a very strong reason, 1 disappeared. Okay. So now, those of us, including myself, those of us who raise your hand saying that this is non-affirming negative, how can you defend your position? Raise your hands. Who can defend your position to say that this is non-affirming negative? Yes, Christoph?
Because we don't affirm anything else in place of the object of negation, the independent existence. We don't affirm explicitly something else.
No, the dependent origination is dependence is the affirmed.
It's implicitly affirmed. Implicitly affirmed, but not.
No, implicit is fine. For I said which affirms something. I didn't say explicitly affirm. It is not necessary. To affirm, there are 3 ways: explicit, implicit, and the contextual. 3. So any 3 way of the affirmation is fine. So how can you say that it does not affirm the dependence?
Can you translate everything that?
Oh yes.
Gueshe a dit qu'on avait plusieurs façons d'affirmer quelque chose, soit implicitement, soit explicitement, soit de manière contextuelle. Et donc l'existence dépendante est affirmée de manière implicite.
So it is not necessary to affirm, it is not necessary to be explicit affirmation. Okay, those of you who said that it's non-affirming negative, can you defend your position? Anyone?
C'est qu'on dit que l'absence d'existence indépendante de la salle, que la salle était dénuée d'existence indépendante, était une négation non affirmative.
Okay, now, whether we, including myself, whether we can defend, not defend, the answer is emptiness of independent existence, emptiness of objective existence is always non-affirming negative. Always non-affirming negative. Always non-affirming negative. Emptiness. Emptiness, dependent origination, emptiness. Emptiness of independent existence is always non-affirming negative, right? This is what we have to discuss in the group discussion. It's always non-affirming negative. It is, say, because of the failure to distinguish between affirming and non-affirming negative, again, many scholars, many practitioners in the past, they have been thinking that emptiness is affirming negative, and they meditated on affirming negative, which is actually not emptiness. So therefore, emptiness is not something which can easily come to us. We have to understand what is a negative, positive, within negative, affirming, non-affirming negative, and so forth. You're getting it? Okay. So with this, okay, if you're still not happy with this, first you discuss this in the group discussion. Keep discussing this. The question is, how is emptiness or independent existence non-affirming negative? This is what you have to discuss, right? Then okay, if nothing happens, then on the sixth day or the morning of the seventh day, you can ask me, right? In case if you don't get answer, but for sure you'll get answer. Okay, now tell me, let's say this flower, right? This flower and the color of the flower, these two are entity-wise one and different. One, this flower and the color of the flower, these two are entity-wise one and different. Entity-wise different. This flower and impermanence of this flower, entity-wise one and different. This flower and impermanence of this flower, entity-wise one and different. Different. This flower and this flower not being a chocolate. This is a flower of chocolate or not? It's not a chocolate. This flower and not being a chocolate. These two entity-wise one, entity-wise one is different. How different? How these two are different? The flower and the flower not being a chocolate. Flower empty of being a chocolate. These two entity-wise one is different. Huh? Entity-wise one is different. This flower and the being empty of chocolate, empty of being chocolate is a characteristic of this flower. Yes, characterized and characteristics always entity-wise different. Don't forget it. All the characteristics are entity-wise different from the object. You getting it? Okay. This flower and the emptiness of independent existence of the flower entity-wise with one and different. This flower and the emptiness of independent existence of this flower entity-wise one and different. Different. Very good. Okay. Now, with this, we'll go to the question. What exactly is emptiness? You getting it? What exactly is emptiness? Okay. You remember the four sets of the opposites? Conventional versus ultimate, subjective versus objective, deceptive versus true, and then what? Dependent versus independent. Don't forget it. Okay. Let us quickly go through these four. For example, say objective and subjective. Objective and subjective. In the dream, right? All what you dreamt. Now you are not dreaming. You're waking up. What you dreamt last night. All what you dreamt last night exists objectively or subjectively. Huh? Subjectively. When it's subjectively, then what is from the object? Nothing. Empty. From the object is empty. When you say the dream was all subjective, means from the object is empty. Don't forget it. Okay, you understand it? Subjective, objective, you understand it? Okay. So dream is a very good example for us. Dream is a very good example for us. Likewise, whatever we are seeing here is like a dream. Like a dream, they're all subjective from the object. If everything is like a subject, from the subject like a dream, then what is from the object? Nothing. Okay. Emptiness. Empty from the object. Okay, don't forget it. But we have not learned how it is empty from the object. We have not learned it. In case, if it is like a dream, then it is purely subjective, nothing from the object. One. Then the next one is what? Conventional and ultimate. Okay, let's say subjective, conventional, deceptive, dependent, they're all synonymous. Don't forget it. Subjective, conventional, dependent, deceptive, these four are synonymous. If these four are synonymous, the opposite four are also synonymous. What are the opposite four? What are the four opposites? Ultimate, subjective, hey. Ultimate, objective, independent, true. Okay, these four are synonymous. You're getting it? So this we have to be very clear. Very clear. Okay, now we are done with the object and subject. Objective, subject, finish. Now we are doing the ultimate and conventional. So finally, we have to know that these four are synonymous. Subjective, conventional, dependent, deceptive. These four are same. Although these four are same, but still we have to understand, go by one. One by one. Later on, after a while, maybe after a few years of your more in-depth study, more reflection, more meditation, then slowly in your mind you will see that these four are synonymous, right? For the time being, you just say that these four are synonymous. Although in your mind it may not come too clearly, it doesn't matter. For the time being, you have to say these four are synonymous. So first I'll explain each one of them. So objective, subjective, we already done. Done, not done? Done. What's next? Conventional and ultimate. Okay, convention. Convention, I remember. Okay. If there's war happening, if there's the fight happening, then I do like this. What is the sign? Huh? These two fingers are peace. If these two fingers are peace, then three fingers should be more peace. Huh? Why these two fingers are peace? Tell me. Yes, Chen? It's just a convention. It's just convention. Who made this convention? Huh? Do you think that 500 years ago this is a peace? No. 5,000 years ago? No, it's not a peace. Maybe around First World War, during hippie times. Churchill.
There's peace and victory.
Okay, peace and victory. Oh, Churchill. Let's say Churchill, which Churchill? Winston Churchill, yes. Which year? Which year? Huh? In 40s. Let's say in 40s it became peace. Before this, if you do like this, there's no peace. Right? So therefore, this finger is the same finger. Same finger, but for the 1940 before, it is not peace. Same finger, after 40, it became peace. Why? Because Churchill said that this is the indication of the peace. You're getting it? This is the indication of peace. So then, henceforth, people do like this, peace, no war. Okay, this is convention. Object-wise, from the object, nothing. This is convention. Okay, now, say, which traffic lane is correct? If you drive left lane or the right lane, which traffic lane is correct? Huh? In France, both. In France, both, all right. No problem. Which is correct? Which is correct? Huh? No, in France. I'm talking about France. Huh? Which is correct?
Right.
Right side is correct. No, which is right is correct. You go to the left, you're in problem. Is it?
But it's on the other side. This is the left. This is your left. This is your right.
Okay, this is left and this is right. Yes. Okay, this left. You have to drive the right side. The left side, your penalty. Okay. France existed when? The land of the France. I'm not talking about the label France. I'm talking about the land, France. Land where the road existed now. It existed since maybe 5,000 years ago. Right? Much more longer than that. 5,000 years ago, so that's 2,000 years ago. 2,000 years ago, the same land, same road from Paris to Saint Cosme, right? Paris to France, the same road, that same land existed 2,000 years ago. 2,000 years ago, the same place, if you made no cars. 2,000 years ago, no cars. Right? So maybe bullock cart, you drive right lane, no right, left, no problem. Yes, you agree with me? Whichever way you drive, no problem. But the road is the same. Road is the same. Then after a while, you drive on the left, then you have a problem. Right? It is illegal. Okay. Road will not tell you. Object will not tell you. Road is the object. Object will not tell you that hey, you're on the wrong lane. You'll be penalized. Object will not tell you. But who tells you that it's wrong? The law tells you that it's wrong. And who made the law? The law. The road made the law? No, people made the law. People's body made it, people's mind made it. People's body made it. People's mind made it, people's body made it. People's mind made it. Mind is the subject. That is known as a convention. It's just a convention that you drive in the right lane is correct, left lane is wrong. This is just a convention created by your mind. So subjective, convention, these two are synonymous. You're getting it? Subjective, convention, these two mean the same. Okay, because there is convention, what's opposite of convention? Ultimate meaning nothing from your mind, something from the object. That is the ultimate. You're getting it? Nothing from the subject. What is from the reality, from the object? That's the ultimate. From the ultimate, nothing's there. From the object, nothing is there. Okay, good. Then what is next?
Sorry, we speak about objective, subjective.
Yes.
Take the dream. The dream is purely subjective.
Yes.
Dream is empty of inherent object or inherent existence.
Yes.
We go now to conventional ultimate.
Yes.
The first example of the V of victory.
Yes.
Is a pure convention.
Yes.
Established by extension it is subjective.
It's purely subjective.
Purely subjective. Can you give me an earth? One, because we say first, dream is purely subjective, dream is empty of inherent object existence.
Yes.
Here, V of victory is conventional. Which kind of sentence I can join ultimate?
Okay. So this is Victoria, this victory, this is the peace.
Okay.
This purely convention, it is not ultimate.
It's not.
Right? Okay. Then the next one is what? Independent and dependent. Right? So when you say this is peace, this is a sign of peace, it depends on your subjective thinking. Your subjective thinking says that this is a sign of peace. Your subjective thing. So it exists by dependence. It does not exist independently as a peace. If it exists independently as a peace, before Winston Churchill, it should still be a peace. Right? Okay. And likewise the lane, right lane and the left lane. That the right lane is correct, left lane is wrong, is wrong. This is something dependent on the lawmakers, traffic rule makers. Dependent. It does not exist independently. It exists by dependence on the rule makers, traffic rule makers. So therefore it is dependent existent, it is not independent existent. Right? Okay. Then the next one is what? Deceptive and true. Okay. Deceptive and true. Okay, this is, let's say that in the dream, you give a chocolate to the person sitting next to you. What is the reaction of the other person in the dream? Generally speaking, not specific situations. Generally speaking, the person will fight with you or the person will thank you. Thank you. You're getting it? So there you're kind, generous, other person is grateful to you. In the dream. Right? So what is happening in the dream? There is a cause effect there. Cause effect meaning that you have been kind, other person is feeling grateful to you. There's a cause effect relationship there. There's a content of the dream there. Yet this is true or this is deceptive, created by mind. Created by my mind is deceptive, it's not true. Likewise, what is happening here is like dream. They're not really truly there. It's all just created by your mind. It's deceptively created by your mind. You're getting it? How? This is a question. How? This is a question. Okay. So finally, we have to learn all these things. And after learning all these things, finally what we should know is how everything deceptively exists. How everything conventionally exists. How everything is subjectively existent. How everything is dependently existent. This is what you have to learn. You're getting it? This is very important. Okay. Okay, with this, say, now what exactly is sentience? How can we know that things are all like illusion? Things like dream. They don't really exist the way they appear to me. Okay, say, in your dream, if somebody tells you that you're dreaming, what is your reaction? What is your reaction? Tell me. It is not dreaming. It's not dream. It's real. It's not dream. You're getting it? Okay. But when you wake up, what is your reaction to the answer that you gave in the dream? That is not dream, right? What is your reaction when you wake up? Oh, that was just a dream. You're getting it? There was just a dream, meaning all what happened in the dream, it was just my mind which made. Likewise, now I'm saying that this is like another dream. Okay, look at the person sitting next to you. Look at the other person sitting next to you. Wow, everyone was smiling, right? Why? Particularly Odi is so happy. Yeah. Okay. Right? Okay. So now, what made you smile? What made you smile is actually like a dream. It's your mental creation. Believe it or not. You're getting it? The fact that you smiled means if the smile is coming very naturally, which means that you are seeing that as objectively real. Whereas, you know that it's my mental creation, but he'll be very sad if I don't smile. Then you smile, that is different smile. If you naturally smile, which means that you are seeing the object as objectively real. You're getting it? Okay. How do you know this? Okay, look at the other person once more, very quickly, who made you smile? Okay, don't forget it. Don't forget how the person appeared to you. Right? Don't forget it. The person who made you smile. Okay, now don't look at that person. Now close your eyes. Now close your eyes. Think of the same person. Okay, open your eyes. I'm very happy that from Kalachakra Center, nobody has to be sent to medical hospital. Because, when I ask you to think of the same person, if you start smiling, something is wrong with you. Right? I have to send you to medical hospital. Luckily, Venerable Elizabeth doesn't have to send anyone to medical hospital. Right? Okay, I'm very happy. Thank you. Okay, now tell me. This is a very serious question. Tell me. Why the same person, when you look at with the eyes, that person made you smile? One. Why the same person, when you think, the person doesn't make you smile? Why? Gueshe? Yes? Gueshe has given an answer?
It's a mental creation.
Yes. When you look at the other person, you saw the other person as not mental creation. It's really there. It's objectively there. You're getting it? When you think of the person, you know that this is just my mental creation. This is just my subjective creation. It is empty of objective existence. When you see that it is subjectively real, you don't smile. When you see that it is objectively real, you smile. You're getting it? And smile, you're getting it? Look, smile is symbolic. Smile is symbolic of your emotions. Attachment, anger, jealousy, and so forth. And then you think of the same person, you know that it's coming from a mind, mental creation, coming from your subjective mind, right? You don't smile means you are under control. You are under control because if the other person, right, say you look at the other person, expecting smile, and a person shows you a very angry face, then you feel so sad, so unhappy. So smile is an indication of going down also. Smile is going up, then sadness going down. So this fluctuation happens when you see things as objectively real. When you see things as it's just subjectively real, you think of the same person in your mind, it doesn't make you smile. You know that this is coming from your mind. When you come to know that it's coming from your mind, your emotions are under control. No attachment, no aversion, no fluctuation. It is under your control. This is so precious. So precious. Okay. But this, what exactly? Say, one is, I imagine, that's fine. But how can I know that sometimes in the monastery, when we speak about the junior monks, when they come to discuss with us, when I was also junior, I used to discuss the same question with the seniors. When I become senior, the junior ones come to discuss with us. They said that, how can everything is coming from mind? It's so real there. It's so real. So real. Look, the table, touch it. It's so real. If it's coming from mind, you cannot touch it. Right? These are questions coming up. For that matter, we have to know how. Not just, things are empty of objective existence, things are like dream. Not just that. How can I know that it is really like coming from the mind? How can I know this? This is so important. For that matter, the reasoning. There are so many reasonings to establish what emptiness is. One reasoning which we will learn is known as the reasoning of the four essentials. The reasoning of the four essentials to establish emptiness. The reasoning of the four essentials to establish emptiness. Okay, we will note down each of the four reasoning. The reasoning of the four essentials to establish emptiness. Number one, the essential of identifying the object of negation. Essential of identifying the object of negation. The essential of identifying the object of negation. Number two, essential of understanding the emptiness of the objects being one with its parts. Essential of understanding the emptiness of the objects. What is that? Essential of understanding the objects being one with. Essential of understanding the emptiness of the objects. Yes, it's fine. Essential of understanding the emptiness of the objects being one with its parts. Number 3, essential of understanding the emptiness of the objects being different from its parts. Essential understanding the emptiness of the objects being different from its parts. And finally, essential of understanding the pervasion that anything which is empty of being one with its parts or different from its parts entails the emptiness of objective existence of the object. Okay, let me say this again. Number 4, essential of understanding the pervasion that anything which is empty of being one with its parts or different from its parts entails the emptiness of objective existence of the object. Let me say this again. The essential of understanding the pervasion that anything which is empty of being one with or different from its parts entails the emptiness of objective existence of the object. Entails the emptiness of objective existence of the object. Okay, conclusion. Therefore, conclusion. Finally, after the four essentials, conclusion. Therefore, emptiness of objectivity is the objectivity of the object. Emptiness of objectivity of the object is the objectivity of the object. Emptiness of the objectivity of the object is the objectivity of the object. Or meaning, they say the same meaning, or the emptiness of the reality is the reality of the object. Emptiness of the reality is the reality of the object. Emptiness of reality is the reality of the object. Okay. Tirtha Om Gati Gati Paragati Parasangati Bodhisvatyata Om Gati Gati Paragati Parasangati Bodhisvatyata Om Gati Gati Paragati Parasangati Bodhisvatyata. 3 positions.